Hello, amazing ladies in business. Welcome to the HerStory podcast. I'm your host, Kylie King, the founder of Australian Ladies in Business Initiative. And today I am so excited to be joined by the amazing Patrina from Penrith Valley Pet Care. And I think we've known each other for almost 8 years now, Patrina. Like, it's been a really good time. So I'm so glad I've finally been able to lure you onto the podcast. Thank you for joining me.
No, thank you for having me.
So let's get started with the listeners. What does Penrith Valley Pet Care do? What's your business up to?
Okay, so Penrith Valley Pet Care is predominantly cats, but I do other animals as well. There is a real need for cat-specific things especially in the Penrith and Western Sydney area, and just to have somebody who knows how to read cat body language, do what I need to do for cats, and point people in the right direction is my ultimate goal.
So when you have cat-related services, what sort of services are they that you include? Like, I know you have a boarding house, which I think is really cool. It's actually in one of the bedrooms in your home.
Yeah.
But what other sort of cat services do you have?
So I do offer sleepovers if somebody really needs to go to hospital or something and it's an emergency. I offer cat litter changing because a lot of people aren't able to either bend down, and also pregnant ladies don't like changing cat litter. So it's a really good option to have, because a lot of pregnant ladies assume that they need to get rid of their cat. No, they don't. There are options out there for that sort of service. I offer a claw trimming service, which is one of my favourite things to do, and I offer an emergency vet service.
Beautiful. So what have you always done this? Like, where did your journey begin there? You're like, I just want to hang out with cats. They're cool.
So I've always, ever since came into the world, we had cats in the family. I had Siamese. And then I had a bit of a break where I had no cats because I was renting on my own, and you obviously can't have animals when you rent. And then I obviously married Chris and bought a house, and one thing led to another. A lost cat was in our yard. I ended up taking him to the Hawkesbury Animal Shelter, and then actually initially to the vet, and then the vet told me about the animal shelter, which led me to volunteering at the animal shelter for about 6 years, and then it just went from there.
Beautiful. And what ended up happening to that cat that was in the backyard that you took to the vet?
It got adopted. I missed
Oh, that's cool.
on seeing it again by a couple of weeks.
No, but at least it's got a new home and it's doing some cool things.
Yeah. Or it could have passed on because that was such a long time ago. So, yeah.
Although cats do tend to live for quite some time, don't they? They do like to, and they're 9 lives, they'll keep going.
20 to 30 years a cat can potentially live to.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, what is it that you like about cats? So, I know you do most of your work around cats. I know you've had other animals, but what do you like the most about cats? Is it something in particular?
I just click with cats.
Mhm. That's very
It's
nice.
just the way it is. I just gel and understand them, and yeah, I just click with them.
Mm. And you mentioned that you had as a kid Siamese cats. That makes me think of that Disney movie, Lady and the Tramp, and those two naughty Siamese cats that go around. My kids love that.
Oh,
Like, it's-
that's so funny. No, no.
so, so how long have you been in business for now? So you went and you did the volunteer work at the shelter, and then you started your own business. So how long's it been going for?
So I started in 2019, just before COVID.
Ooh,
Yeah,
COVID would have been hard.
yes. So I was just starting to pick up, and then I had to stop.
And that's predominantly because people couldn't go away. And so they didn't need a cat boarding service because they were all stuck at home with their animals anyway.
That's right. So I was still able to do my job to a certain point because I was considered an essential service, because I was still servicing people who needed their cat's litter changed and things because they couldn't do it themselves. So I was still operating under that, but it just died right back because of, as you said, nobody was going away.
So with everything that's happened and then surviving COVID, because your business is still going now. So that COVID went, and then what motivates you to get up every day and continue to offer these services?
Just everything cat is so bad at the moment. There's not enough rescues. Cats are breeding out of control at the moment. Every second page on Facebook groups are saying, I found a cat, what do I do with it? Kittens have turned up in my backyard, what do I do with these kittens? So it's just all of that aspect of house throwaway, because cats are basically a throwaway animal because of how quick they breed. So because of that, it's just education is what keeps me going.
So I love cats and I've rescued many a cat in my time, but what would you say for anyone that's listening? Like, what happens if you do like walk outside and there's a bundle of cats, or you walk out your front door and there's some cats there or kittens on the front door? What do you do? Is there a place to go? You said there's not enough rescues.
There isn't. So at the moment, this is part of the big problem, because Blacktown Animal Holding Facility are often not taking any cats because therefore the Hawkesbury Animal Companion Animal Shelter, the same deal, therefore. So where do these cats go? That is exactly the $1 million question. Where do we put these cats? And at the moment, most people are taking them in on their own and dealing with the aftermath of trying to rehome and de-sex. And de-sexing is not cheap unless you can get into a de-sexing program. So most people are in a predicament, and then the whole cycle starts over again because people don't know, well, I've got this cat, what is the next step?
Very true.
That's the rabbit hole we're in at the moment.
And I remember when I rescued some kittens, my kittens were very sick at the time. They had all sort of funky stuff. And when I took them to the vet was like, no, it's too much worry to do what you need to do. We'll just euthanize them. And I remember thinking, oh my God, this vet is so heartless. Like, there's these little kittens there. But then he's seeing bundles of kittens every day. And if no one's going to take the time to have that and to have them and care for them and pay for that, because let's be honest, vets are not cheap.
And that's getting the harsh reality of it all. Like, it's going to end up that there are thousands and thousands of cats and kittens every day getting put to sleep because there's nowhere for them. So this is why education is really important, because we're getting down to that path very quickly.
And it seems to be, instead of educating people on cats and how cats work, we just really give them a bad name. Like, everything I see in the press about cats is how bad they are. And it just sounds like there's a whole bunch of cats out there not being looked after that are trying to survive.
To be honest, it's not the cat that's bad. It's the humans that are bad in the first place. The humans caused this, not the cat.
So, as a businesswoman, delving in this realm, wanting to educate people on cats and also looking after them, what would you say has been your biggest challenges?
Trying to get people to de-sex their cat is one of the biggest challenges, and getting the notion of my male does not need to be de-sexed. Your males out there causing half the issues and getting other undesexed females pregnant. And kittens at 4 months pregnant.
There you go. And that's not good for a kitten. Oh my goodness. So desexing both male and it is cheaper to desex a male cat than a female cat.
Yes.
Yeah. So, wow. Okay. So go and get your cats desexed pretty much. And you did mention there are sometimes desexing programs, so you can go and there's a bit of help or maybe a bit of a discount to go and have that done. It's not that.
Animal Welfare League in Hawkesbury are offering a $79 desex at the moment. You just need to go on their Facebook page and you'll get the instructions.
Beautiful. So as that's been your biggest challenge, if we flip it, what has been your biggest achievement as a business owner so far?
Being on podcasts, being in media, and just getting a lot of repeat clientele as well, who just won't go to anybody else but me, is really it just shows how much work, and that shows to them that I'm able to do what I'm not able to do for their cats.
Mm. And I think a really important thing to bring up, and you aren't expecting, but I need to bring it up, is that as I feel like everyone at the moment is going through a bit of a money crunch and they're
Mm.
trying to take on as many side hustles as possible. And they're all like, I'm a pet sitter now, or I can do this for you. And what I like about you is you've actually done the qualifications, you've got the insurance, you know what you're doing. It's not like, these other businesses out there that are just like, oh, I need some extra cash, so I'm going to say that I can, do dog walking, for example, or my kids can do dog walking.
I could go down a rabbit hole about dog walking too, trust me.
Well, I know you can because I learnt from you that I think you have to be 16. Is it 16 and above to walk a dog by yourself? Kids
No,
can't walk
that's
a
with
dog?
adult supervision, and you have to be 18 and
Ah,
over to walk a dog on your own.
there you go. See, I didn't know that until you mentioned it. I think it was, I saw your post in one of the community pages. So kids aren't supposed to walk dogs unless they're 16. And I get that because a dog is its own, anything can happen.
Absolutely. Yep. And I've had incidences as where I've offered dog walking services where I've had a few close calls doing that myself. Dogs being
Mm.
off leads, dogs getting off leads. It's not something that you just take for granted.
Mm. So if anyone is listening and you didn't know, your kids have to be, what was it, 16 and over for supervised with an adult, or 18 and over to walk the dog by themselves. Because if something happens, then there's a legality thing there, isn't there, of some type?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's all to do with insurances these days.
Mm. Yes. So make sure if you're putting someone into a pet sitting or boarding house like Patrina offers, that they have insurance and that they know what they're doing. There's some sort of qualification because I know that you have qualifications in what you do.
Yeah, so I've done a foreign companion animal services at TAFE. So that basically means like they like everybody knows how to feed and water, but it's the next level, like how to read body language. Just say, cats and most animals are really good at hiding illness. So you have to be able to read body language in order to get that illness sorted out sooner.
Yes. Very true, because it's not like they can just start telling us.
No,
No. Humans aren't intelligent to understand their language, Patrina.
animals are better at reading body language than humans are.
Yes, very, very much so. So you've been doing this cat boarding and offering these additional services. Do you have like a big, hairy, scary goal that you'd be willing to share today? Like, where do you see your business going forward?
Um, there isn't a real goal. It's just mainly just to keep going for as long as I can because I just enjoy doing it. It's just something that, for me, it's like a bit of a hobby business because I don't want to turn it into a full-on crazy business because I don't want to stop enjoying it and stop being good at what I'm doing.
I
That
think
makes
that's a really 100% it does. It mean it's you want to continue to enjoy something, so it doesn't mean that you have to scale and get in and do all of that. And I know that Gina, who we both know, both mentors of ours, has discussed that. She said scaling isn't everything.
no,
Sometimes it's just sitting back and enjoying what you're doing. And if
yeah,
that is creates a longevity in enjoying what you do, who doesn't want to show up to work every day and love what they do?
that's right. And that's it. And I don't want it to get to the point where I want to wake up and pack it in because
Mm.
I enjoy being with that, cats especially.
Mm. So I know we mentioned that you have the boarding room in your house. Do you have any pets that live with you as well?
I have 7 cats.
Oh, Patrina.
Come on, that's the best.
But you've had them all for like they're not all at the same time. You've got little ones and big ones
Yeah, disabled cats as well. So my
and
business
like
will definitely be going as long as I have Timmy and Bran as well because I get help with Timmy and Brian as well financially.
So Timmy and Bran are disabled. What's wrong? Like, what is their disability?
They have cerebellar hyperplasia, which is an underdevelopment of their brainstem.
Oh, so what does that mean?
They're just not coordinated and they're very wobbly.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
That
So out of all of your cat children, who's your favorite?
oh.
No, I'm just joking, Patrina. I'm just joking. I already know who your husband's favorite is, but I just thought I would ask while we were here. You can never ask any person in business or mama or fur mama what their favorite child is, so it's okay.
His favorite's Jenna.
I know. Not that he has favorites. No one has favorites. So, as an expert with cats, and you've got your qualifications, and you've been doing this for quite some time, and you've seen all sorts of cats and kittens and behaviors, and even with disabilities, if there was a tip or like an expert, like, a taste tester you'd give the listeners today, what would that be?
Research. Don't just think I want an animal just for the sake of having an animal. Research what is behind all that with the care, the vet, especially in this day and age where money, as you mentioned earlier, where it's just so hard. Look at how much it costs to do a cat dental, how much it costs to do if, for example, your dog broke its leg. How do I fix it? What's involved behind all that? Look at food. Can I afford to feed my animal? Because there's feeding your animal and feeding your animal. So you want to get your pet a good quality food. The cheap stuff is okay, but you are actually feeding your pet more with the cheap stuff than you are with the slightly higher quality food, because the higher quality food has more what your animal needs, not just fillers like the cheaper food does.
It's a really good tip. I think because, generally we just research what type of animal we want. And then, if they need starter stuff, but we never look at the whole. And as we just mentioned, cats live for what, 25 to 30 years, you said? So, like, you need to make sure that's in your budget for the next 25 to 30 years that, you're going to have this animal in your life.
Parrots can live 50 plus. And if you get a turtle or a tortoise, that's a longer lifespan again. So there are some pets that are multi-generational pets.
So make sure that you've researched and that you understand what the undertaking is.
Yes. And allow the fact that I'm going to probably open a can of worms and people will probably be angry at me, but with the rental crisis and everything at the moment, I'm seeing a lot of people having to give up their animals because they don't have anywhere else. So part of that research you have to include, will my house and my home allow my pet to be with me for its entire life?
That's a very good thing, like a very good thing to mention. I don't think it's going to open up a can of worms. It's just future projecting into, pets are more than just, that Christmas thing or that present. They're to grow with you companion wise. So it's something to think of with everything, especially with the world being so topsy-turvy lately.
Yeah. Can you offer that pet a stability for its entire life? And if your answer is no, don't get a pet. Sorry, I'm harsh.
No, it's you giving your expert opinion, being in the industry for so long. And just recently, like, I know we didn't touch on it, but someone had just dropped off a box at your door of kittens that they didn't want to deal with, unwell kittens. And you took that responsibility on, and that responsibility wasn't even your own. It was someone else who made a decision and then from that decision couldn't deal with the consequences and dumped it at your door.
And unfortunately, that affected my business because I had to shut down boarding because the kittens were in quarantine.
Yeah. So if someone else takes time to research and really think about what they're doing and the potential consequences that it could affect someone else, I stuff the can of worms. I think people need to realize that all decisions we make could and will maybe affect others, and in regards to animals as well.
Yeah, and not
So,
just other people, the animal's life itself.
hmm, exactly. So, Patrina, if we want some cat boarding, if we want to learn from you or ask you questions or help you open cans of worms, where do we stalk you?
I'm on Facebook. I have a website. I'm on Google. So all my information's out there.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to put all the links below. So, Penrith Valley Pet Care. And of course, you can find Patrina in the Australian Ladies in Business group. Thank you so much for joining me today and sharing how amazing cats are.
Thank you for having me, Kylie.